So welcome to our cheat run.
Yeah, Post-Mortem, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Today, we're just gonna break this game wide open for you people.
Like, it's like some sort of Star Wars oyster, and we've got some sort of cracking tool with which to bust it open and get at the sweet, tender flesh inside. And beneath that is a little bit of sand that has been slowly transformed into a pearl of goodness. That's what we're going to get at today.
No, you're making this sound way too elegant. This game is a dead cow, and we're going to splay it open with a reciprocating saw.
Woo! So, in order to access... I'll go through on the post for this video. I'll go through what a number of the cheats do, because most of them are useless. For example, the cheat that erases all game data.
Yeah, thanks, LucasArts.
Awesome. I guess you save, a minute or two because you can delete each file individually in the title screen, but I guess you need to delete them all at once. Yeah, you save a minute of time. To access the debug menu, where the real fun stuff is, you need to start a new file, and you need to input Wampa Stompa as your cheat name. It's case sensitive, so capitalize your Wampa and your Stompa.
And spell the damn thing right.
And don't forget to have a space before Wampa and 2 spaces between Wampa and Stompa. And I remember I used to have old Nintendo Power magazines that said you had to be on Jedi mode in order for it to work. Not true. You can access debug mode at any mode, but we're going to play with our cheat menu on Jedi mode for the heck of it. And I believe Crow has sped through the agonizing hours I spent in this video trying to get the cheat code to work, thankfully, but
Yeah, this probably takes about, or I should say it took about 2 or 3 minutes just going through left, right, Sally filleting the N64 controller.
It was more like a fine massage. But yeah, you have to, what is it, you press all the C buttons, all 4 of them, the right button, the left shoulder button, left on the D-pad, I believe you press Z as well. While holding down all those buttons, you need to tilt the joystick left, and then right, and then left, and then right, and then left.
And then you'll start hearing the sounds, like you're hearing the beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, but you gotta tilt it and then hold it there for like 10 seconds until it beeps. And this is what should happen when you get that. Yeah, there you go. Game Secrets pops up. Which Game Secrets pops up whenever you beat a game and you collect all the challenge points for that difficulty. A secret will be unlocked for easy, medium, hard, and Jedi. Some of it's kind of exciting. Some of it is like on Jedi. If you beat the game on Jedi, the game secret is that Wampas won't attack you and will follow you around and attack enemies. Like, big whoop. They move at the speed of a glacier. Other are kind of interesting, like I believe it's normal. I'll post this information in the thread again, but I believe on normal you unlock the Lebo camera, which we'll show off later. But here in the cheat menu, I'm just scrolling through all the things that you can do. Most of them are skip levels, restart level, you can kill dash Rendar, you can unlock jetpacks, weapons, extra lives, invincibility, you can change the gravity, you can change whether or not fog's on, the color of the fog, the ambient lighting. There's a ton of stuff you can do. Invincibility allows you to play as Dash Rendar was meant to be played.
Yeah,
and
just plow right through everything.
Yeah. So the first sort of thing I want to show off, that when I went through the thread and asked people to request things they'd like to be shown off in the game, Papal Rain requested that we fly through AT-AT legs. So I'm just going to quickly dive bomb through everything, get to stage 3, and we're going to fly through an AT-AT's legs. This is for you, Papal Rain.
Wait, did you just say Papal Rain?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Papal. There we go. Papal rhymes with apple. Yeah, you can... I actually didn't realize this in all the years that I played the game, but yeah, you can fly through the legs. So,
even with invincibility off.
Even with invincibility off.
And more dash Rendaring right here. And I'm just gonna... Let's see, here we go. Okay.
So I'm going to try and fly through this AT-AT from head to tail.
And
Yeah!
Oh!
That's for you, X_co-entry guy. That's for you.
Wait, what?
Okay, so now we're going to break through the Hoth walls and just leave the level. Normally, when you're not playing on debug mode, at this point, the game would turn you around and send you back to the fighting, but we've evolved into...
Yeah, a roller coaster, apparently.
Yeah.
We've gone into Kitty Pride mode. We've just phased right through the walls.
Oh god, it's full of clipping!
Oh, shit. Yeah, so the radar's gone completely blank, and now suddenly we've broken the game already.
I've turned the game into a... What's going to happen is the screen's going to turn into a piece of modern art.
No, it's like... You remember on, like, Windows 95 or something, you had a really, really slow computer, and, like, the window, if you, like, whoa... like, if you just drag the window across the screen, it would make all these copies of itself, and, like, this is what it's doing right now. Just... We're staring into infinity, thanks to this speeder.
Don't stare into infinity, it will stare back. Okay. Hey, there's a probe droid.
Yeah.
It's still on the radar, but I don't know if we can get back to it to destroy it at this point.
Yeah, we are lost. This is like that Star Fox 64 black hole level.
Dash never came back. During the Battle of Hoth, Dash left the arena and never came back.
Yeah, Dash flew through the planet and disappeared into infinity. Oh my god. Okay, enough of this.
Yeah, we'll go back and restart the level. Just a matter of hitting all the buttons again. There we go. And if you choose this level, there you go. Thank you to Crow for skipping a lot of tedious level loading times and resetting things.
With a bunch of 100% canon Star Wars wipes.
Yeah. Okay, so for what we're going to do next, we need an ATST in the battlefield, so I'm just wiping out the probe droids to get the next stage. In retrospect, a bit of a waste of time because I could have gone to the next stage sheet in the debug menu and just gotten to stage 2. But
we want to take up minutes of your precious time.
In this one, I believe you have to be on... You need to... Yeah, your controls need to be set to traditional, not standard. I hate playing on traditional, it's a bit uncomfortable. I'm way more comfortable with standard controls. Once you've done that, hold the left and right shoulder button and press left on the D-pad, and you should be able to switch your camera angles
and then
to the ATST. That said, when you do that, Dash Rendar doesn't stop playing the game. Your snowspeeder keeps flying around, so it could alternately be shot down or crash into a wall, which is what happened to me there. So I'm going to put invincibility back on Dash, so he can fly to his heart's content while I steer this ATST.
Yep. Yeah, Dash just transmigrated into the soul of this AT-AT pilot like Xenogears style.
So ATSTs can never stop. It might be why they're so easily defeated by the Empire, but they actually cannot stop. They just walk forward continuously.
And they've also got auto-aim.
Yes, and they're incredibly powerful.
Yep.
And there goes a snowspeeder.
Yeah, there goes Luke, and so long, Wedge.
To control the ATST, again, it'll just drive itself. Left and right on the D-pad, steer it, and forward will fire. We're going to go and blow up the turrets here.
We're just fast-forwarding through all this because otherwise it would take like 5 minutes just to get right up to this point. So yeah, there's one turret down, and we're going to try to take out this one on the hillside, but we're not going to have that much luck with it, honestly.
Yeah.
But we will show off one little thing here. You can see the AT-AT doesn't respond to the game's terrain. ATST, sorry. The ATST doesn't respond to the game's terrain collision detection parameters, so we're just walking right through this hillside and walking right underneath the turret. Again, it's a Another interesting thing, if LucasArts didn't even imagine the possibility of the AT-ATs getting, or the AT-STs getting anywhere close to these turrets, so they didn't even bother to program collision detection parameters for them.
In our first video, I mentioned that our allies were invincible. They just don't take as much damage against the snowspeeder. Or it might have been because we were on easy. On Jedi, lasers do more damage, but yeah, turrets and snowspeeders can totally be destroyed by the snowspeeder or the AT-ST, so imagine that. But I still can't.
The Empire being competent? That's unheard of. So yeah, we just decided, okay, screw that noise. We're going to try to blow up the shield generator.
And it's invincible.
Yep.
But we've somehow convinced the rebel turrets into shooting out the shield generator for us.
Yeah.
Way to go, guys.
Yeah.
Go team. Doing the hard work for us. One more shot at blowing it up and
no.
Such luck.
Can't be asked.
No. We're going to just steer this thing into the shield generator.
Yeah.
No! Hit the brakes!
From hell's heart, I stab at thee. For hate's sake, I spit my last laser blast at thee.
Oh god, it's coming right for us! And again, what we did with the snowspeeder.
Yep.
We're going to break the walls and leave. So this is for you, Dabir. This is for you. We've destroyed all the turrets, mostly. I'm gonna count that one that I couldn't kill.
Don't
destroy
worry,
the turrets
we'll
and the
get that one.
snowspeeders. We've walked to the level.
Yeah.
And, okay, we didn't destroy them with the snowspeeder, but,
Still, it's the thought that counts.
It's the thought that counts.
And of course, just like the snowspeeder, eventually we're going to come to the very edge of the walkable level and suddenly, wait for it.
It's not nearly as exciting as the snowspeeder because you can't control the camera angles for the AT-ST, but yeah, there you go.
Oh my god. Yeah, the AT-ST just gets a funny hat in this version. It doesn't go all wonky and whatever.
I can't even really fire the lasers high enough to.
And, oh god, what did you do?
So, sorry Dabir, I was unable to kill myself without crashing.
The game, he means.
Also, I tried again with the snowspeeder, and the only way I could kill myself was with crashing. So, I tried. The kill dash cheat, there is a kill dash cheat, so if you're ever playing the game and you decide you want to kill dash...
My favorite cheat.
Enter the debug mode, and there is an option to kill him. It only works when you're on foot. It doesn't work when you're in the snowspeeder. I thought I could do that to just blow him up, but no, it didn't work. So, I had to crash him. Both crash the game and crash the snowspeeder.
So here we go. First thing, we're back in the game again.
And I forget, is this where I blow up? Yes.
Yep, this is it.
So I test it.
Yep, test it here.
And it takes more shots than the AT-ST did, but yes, the snowspeeder can blow up the turrets. Which means that turret I couldn't get before is going down. Good riddance to Rebel scum.
Hey, buddy, I got a present for ya! What's it Randy Quaid says at the end of Independence Day? Hello, boys! I'm back! Explosion.
I thought he said, was that the same movie where Will Smith said to Quaid, start the reactor?
No.
I haven't seen Independence Day in forever. Man, Randy Quaid, I forgot he was an actor. Whatever happened to him?
Alcohol.
Oh, God. Let's see. I think, yeah. This is where I tried to use the kill dash cheat. It doesn't work, so I've killed myself by crashing the game, and I've killed myself by crashing the snowspeeder. And when you take enough damage to crash with the snowspeeder, I don't know if this happened when we were playing the first time through, but the camera will go behind. You'll see this excellent, dizzying shot as you spiral into the ground.
Is there anything in this game that you don't break?
My heart. No, that's not true. When Dash Rendar died, my heart was shattered into a million pieces. So here we are, on foot. The villains aren't sleepy. You may have seen that code. What happens is when you're not in the room to walk past certain flags, villains just sit there idle. So presumably if you hit the villains aren't sleepy tag, they'll just start wandering the halls of the game without you triggering flags. But what we've done now is turned on invincibility, given ourselves 50 lives, because why the heck not? And Yeah.
We've also given ourselves the jetpack and all available weapons.
All available weapons. And there's one more thing I need to do. This is for you, Crow. You were banned for this before, but, oh yeah, this is what the game looks like, texture off. But, so you can see that the reason we couldn't jump over the snowspeeder before was because it's actually a giant pillar. So you can't jetpack over them. Can't jump on them. Looks like it, but they are actually giant pillars in the real world.
They're just ingeniously disguised.
Yeah. Turn off lighting.
Actually turn it off this time, and suddenly...
There you go. Rainbow Dash Rendar.
This is for you, Slow Beep, if you're watching.
Vindication for Crow's efforts. Rainbow Dash Rendar. It's wonderful.
I swear that was a joke that was just too good to pass up. I have not even watched a single episode of My Little Pony ever.
I noticed on Netflix there's now a Bronies documentary. I watched it hoping it would be somewhat funny and maybe, I don't know, be something fun to watch, but it's actually just
creepy and depressing.
It's depressing. Yeah. It's on Netflix. So, that's the Seeker camera. I turned that off during gameplay. The Seekers, you can't control them, although if they detect an enemy, they will seek into them. So the Seeker camera will put, when you fire the missile, your first-person view into the camera, and you get to watch it veer into enemies, which is kind of cool. It's incredibly awkward to play, though.
So
I like to turn it off.
It's sort of did there because it was detecting the enemies in the hangar bay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so that's the Falcon, and
we're gonna blow it up with a couple of
Disruptor shots. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Seeker camera, that's for you, SweaterGear.
Wait, did you say Sweeter?
Yeah, that's his name. SweaterGear. I'm going to show off the Seeker camera a little bit more. I just want to... Let's see. I forget what I did here. I think I put on wall clipping. Yep, there we go. Wall clipping isn't like Half-Life's wall clipping where you can just fly around the world and it's pretty awesome. For example, you can't, right here, cut across to the hangar bay because there's no game world in between. The invisible walls hitch onto Dash Rendar. So while I can clip through like wall models, I can't just free fly through the world. It still allows us to do some pretty interesting things, but yeah, getting behind the Millennium Falcon, that won't do. There is an option, the teleport option in the debug menu, which will kick you ahead of the game in terms of areas.
Yeah.
And we play with that a bit later. So here's the Seeker camera at work, and I'm going to try and fire it through the hangar bay to follow the Falcon out.
And nope.
No, it doesn't work.
But we will follow the Falcon out on foot, however.
Yeah, we can clip through here.
Yep.
And check out the wasteland that is Hoth.
Yep. Wow, it got really foggy between now and the end of the Battle of Hoth, because, like, wasn't it like a bright sunny day, more or less, when the Falcon flies out of Echo Base? And
yeah, it is. I also want to point out it was requested by Psion and Lord Ventor that we have more jetpack, so jetpack on Hoth. I'm going to bring the jetpack up on Ord Mantle, the early Gaul levels, and the Saprosa. So Psion and Lord Ventor, this is for you.
And we're just screwing around with the fog options here, so the lower the number, you can see there. In
my restless dreams, I see this place, Silent Hill.
Yeah, if you set the fog to like 0, the game suddenly turns into Silent Hill. If you set it to 999, there's still some fog, but you can see like right across the level almost.
Yeah. It's still kind of Taraki. You can turn the fog off, but yeah, there's Echo Base.
Yeah, still kind of GoldenEye actually.
There was a base here. It's gone now. And here's the edge of the level. So the Falcon flew off into the distance somewhere.
So yeah, out in front of Echo Base, it's basically just one long landing strip, and we can't walk any further than there, even with wall clipping on, so you can't step off the edge into infinity and just fall into a bottomless pit.
To infinity and beyond. That would have been fun. Oh yeah, I was a bit bummed out that the clipping mode here wasn't like Half-Life's, but yeah, whatever, I'll get over it. Oh yeah, the stunner. Let's show off the stunner.
Yeah.
So,
Dash Rendar emanating waves of stunning from his groin area.
So this is for you, ex-Avier Genesi. Genesi? Genesi? Genesi.
Genesi?
Genes. Xavier. Xavier. Genes. Zave.
Xavier Genesi?
Genesi. Anyways, flying up to this platform that we saw way back in the Echo Base video, we see that there's nothing there. I was so hoping and expecting, because LucasArts of all developers, I thought there might be some sort of sweet Easter egg up there. Nothing. Just an empty room to tease you.
Yeah, they might as well have just put, like, FU up there.
So here's the stunner at work.
Yeah. So, yeah, the stunner, I don't know how it works
Savior,
on... Yeah.
Genesi.
Yeah. So I don't know how it works on the lower difficulties, but yeah, if you fire off the stunner, it just freezes enemies in place for, like, 5 or 10 seconds. I don't know if that's longer on the lower difficulties, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, this was Jedi mode. And I had read somewhere on a game FAQs that if you shot 50 Disruptor bolts at this Bacta tank, you could blow it up. So I'm testing that out right now. Blinding Dash's retinas. Bathing him in radiation. And no, doesn't work.
And one thing here, so there's a secret panel there. If you open it up, the challenge point
is rainbow.
Yeah,
much like Dash.
Rainbow, yeah.
Rainbow Dash Rendar.
But also, yeah, I think we show it off later in the video, but the items in Echo Base are actually different than they are on normal and easy mode.
Yeah.
And the Wampas just clipped out of their cages.
Yep. There's no stopping them now. So yeah, the items, there used to be a full health in with that challenge point when we played through on medium. There was no full health there that time. And rather than having a 20 health in the room, I believe it was just a 5 health. Or 10 health, whatever it was. So item placements change between difficulties. Other things change too, as we'll see later in this video.
Yeah.
So the door is enough to protect the Wampas.
Yeah. Great. Wampas with clipping.
Yeah. But, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, they
a nuke to the face will kill them.
Yeah. And, again, just a note on item placement, you notice that in normal mode and even hard mode, there is usually a pack of Seeker ammo here.
No such luck this time.
Yep, there is nothing here in the Wampa cages on Jedi mode.
It's a good thing on Jedi mode, as with any mode, the blaster is pretty much the best weapon. On Jedi mode, it does even more damage, so you can pretty much one-hit kill most low-level enemies. However, that means Dash will take 2 or 3 hits before dying himself. What I'm trying to do here is switch into the Wampa. I figure because there's another cage full of Wampas, it'll just kick me into that one, but it appears that the Wampa that you can control in this level was one of the ones that I killed.
Nice going, Sally.
So instead I just get this weird camera angle. Which does nothing. So, we'll just restart the level, and this time not kill these particular Wampas. Throw on invincibility. Need all our weapons. Oh yes, here's where I play around with the teleport button. Yep. So yeah, you can teleport yourself past certain areas of the level, and thus past certain flags. There's the Falcon, and all the enemies are asleep because I didn't walk through the hallway that triggers their AI.
Yep, and the Falcon is not taking off.
No.
But unfortunately, as you can see here, we were sort of blocked off by an invisible wall, but we managed to get through it.
You can also see that the Falcon is tiny compared to the Outrider.
Yeah, and very low quality, too.
Yeah.
It's almost like they were only expecting this thing to be on screen for like 5 seconds. And yeah, now that we've shot the enemies, they've all woken up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, Dash is capable of flying clean through the Falcon. And you'll see here in a second, he's about the size of the Falcon's cockpit.
Yeah. So forget having Luke, Lando, Leia, Chewbacca, Han, 3PO, and R2-D2 all in the cockpit. you can barely fit Dash Rendar in there. Although that may just be because he's such a beefcake. Also, if we are going with the theory that the games are Dash Rendar's bar stories, he could very well be lying about the size of the Falcon in order to make the Outriders seem bigger.
Or he could be lying about the size of himself, too.
True. Yeah, I don't want to fly in one of those older Corellian freighters. They're too small for me. I'm just so big and awesome and manly.
Sure, Dash.
So the seeker camera actually has quite a distance on it, which can be frustrating if you're in the middle of a fight and your missile misses and you're getting shot at, and Dash is dying while you're caught in first-person view.
Because, there is no way to flip back to the other views. You're stuck in seeker camera mode.
I recommend turning off seeker camera.
Yep. So, there we go. Now that we've backed into the flag, the Falcon is taking off, and we're going to fire off a seeker.
And yeah, it gets through, but the Falcon's already gone.
Yep.
So, yeah.
But there you go. There's a first-person POV shot of the Falcon leaving Echo Base.
And now we're a Wampa. Wampas control with the D-pad, much like the ATSTs. However, they don't just walk on their own. Pressing forward on the ATST, up on the D-pad, I should say. Up on the D-pad will make the Wampa walk forward, left and right turn it, and pressing down on the D-pad will make you attack.
I just want to say, what an interesting transition. And now we're a Wampa. It's like the end of Metamorphosis. And then Dash Rendar woke up the next morning and suddenly he was a Wampa.
For some reason, even with wall clipping on, the Wampa won't go through the wall. So I'm going to go free it.
It's because it's not Dash Rendar. Who, by the way, I maintain is part Wookiee.
I don't think I had it on. Whatever. I'll just open the door and let the Wampa out.
And I think we open it up, and I think... Isn't this the wrong Wampa that we try to free?
Yes, it is. Yeah, we were on the right side of the base before. Okay. Move along, folks. Nothing to see here. Just nuke my way out. And, yeah, it takes 2 Disruptor bolts to kill a Wampa in Jedi mode. So they're quite hardy. Even with the increased damage. Oh yeah, one thing that's not really visible at the video at this moment, but in Jedi mode, these boxes, when you shoot them and they blow up, if you actually stand next to them when you shoot them and invincibility isn't on, the explosions will deal damage to Dash. I didn't realize that when I first played through Jedi mode, and I kept taking like obscene amounts of damage seemingly from nothing, and then I realized, like, okay, these boxes, when I blow them up, I take damage. Screw you, LucasArts. Alright.
Here we
Wampa
go.
time.
Wampa melee. That snowtrooper just went down.
And these guys are tagged, and there's a 4th Wampa. Okay, and they just tag team me to death.
Yeah, that's why, like, we did not change back the Dash intentionally. Like, we got kicked out of the Wampa when it died.
This is ridiculous. We'll try that again. This time we will get to explore the base as the Wampa. Yeah, you can only cycle through the debug menu one way, so if you miss... Or no, that's not true, but it's just a lengthy menu. So if you leave off on one side of the menu, it takes forever to cycle back. So there's an example of how much damage Dash will take. That was 2 shots, and I'm down to 7 health.
Yep. And yeah, we pop open the panel here, and again, like we said, we only got a 20 health as opposed to a full health.
And that other panel that used to have health in it has nothing. In Jedi mode, you really need to know where every enemy is, so that you can surprise every enemy. Or you'll probably lose. Getting every challenge point helps too, because you'll need every life. And getting every challenge point on Jedi mode is difficult. So be really good at this game. But yeah, here's Yeah, there we go. That's what happens when you blow up a box by standing next to it.
Yep, you take like 20 damage and you get 5 health for your troubles.
Woo! Okay, Dash is invincible, and let's go back to Wampa.
And you turned off invincibility.
Oh yeah, you're right. First, I'm just going to kill these Wampas.
And we don't have to worry about the third Wampa because, as you see there, the second that we actually jump into it for a moment, it overrides the Wampa's AI, so it will stay exactly where it is, just sitting there in the corner, sulking, thinking about its life.
And now I'm free.
Yeah.
Rebel base doors automatically open for Wampas. Fun fact.
Just to be courteous.
And stomping around as a Wampa is slow work. So call out time. This is for you, Diogenes Bob. This is for you. We're stomping around as a Wampa. I don't think you can blow up boxes, but that's okay.
That one did show some signs of damage, but I also love how the Wampa wasn't meant to be viewed from this angle, so whole parts of its model are completely missing.
And we kind of get stuck here. So, apologies, Diogenes Bob, but we're going to have to... For some reason, he's got incredible reach, and I was able to slap that Stormtrooper through the box. But, hey. So I'm going to get Dash Rendar to clear the path for us.
Great, so at the end of this LP, Dash Rendar has essentially turned into a Wampa's glorified helper monkey.
Yeah. And there we go.
Back
and we'll
into the
fast
Wampa,
forward this too.
And yeah, more fast forwarding. I love how Dash is able to maintain that crouch.
Yeah, that's got to be hell on your glutes.
Well, he is Dash Rendar. He's probably jacked.
Okay, so here's where things get interesting. We've walked over to the canyon, and all the probe droids are offline. The
Stormtroopers are just standing there in place.
I'm not actually sure which combination of inputs I've done to cause the level to break down so completely.
It's most likely the fact that the Wampa is not Dash Rendar, so it's not keyed, or the enemy AI isn't keyed to respond to it.
I can't seem to kill this Stormtrooper,
Yeah.
and normally you can't walk off the edge, but by trying to walk through that Stormtrooper, I got shunted off the edge, and Wampa takes no fall damage, and now I'm caught at the bottom of this pit, which is interesting, because I've never been here before. This is all new for me. Dash Rendar cannot fly down here, even with the jetpack, because it will trigger a flag to have him fall to his death. It'll trigger the fall to death animation.
Yeah, whereas because the Wampa is not Dash Rendar, it doesn't have those flags.
Yeah, I get to explore.
Yep. And we just tested something there, jumping out of the Wampa and back into it just to see if the Wampa would like die or something with Dash not in control of it. And sure enough,
he's fine.
Yep, Wampa's fine.
So make sure Dash has a jetpack, because we're just going to test and see if Dash can go down there and hang out with the Wampa. So yeah, this Stormtrooper's dead. I shot him, and yet his model's still there.
Yeah.
So something is seriously wrong on Hoth.
Yeah.
Turrets and probe droids will still
they'll
disappear.
still blow up, but... Yeah,
I thought for a moment maybe it was the villains or sleepy thing, but no. Whatever happened, has really messed up the flags for this level.
And we're just going to compound this even more in the next level, too.
It's glorious. Okay, there's the Wampa. Let's go say hi. No, there's the Fall to Death animation. So yeah, Dash can't visit. That's okay.
So yeah, the poor Wampa, it's now down there on its own.
It'll stay there.
Alone, forever.
Oops. He's got a couple of Dash Rendar bodies to eat. So,
Putting that cloning facility to good use.
Say not that Dash is a cruel master.
That poor guy just standing at attention.
And we're going to fly up to this ledge over here, see if there's anything interesting. There's not.
Oh.
So,
here's a question. How did this guy get up here? And how is he going to get down?
More examples of the gross inefficiency of the Empire.
Oh, Palpy. You sadistic bastard. Like, see, look at this. Like, the guy barely had enough room to stand there.
Sir, we've got troops stationed in the canyon to block off any rebel troopers. Good. Have you any troops on that ledge over there? No. Why not? 'Cause that's stupid. I require a troop to be on that ledge. Okay. I imagine that's what most conversations are between Palpy and his stormtroopers.
He needs to go back to managing wrestling.
He doesn't seem to be doing much better there.
Well, he did win one match.
Yeah, not on his own show.
Well, that's Palpatine for you. The guy is brazen enough to come in and take over other people's wrestling shows.
He also cheated and just used Force Lightning.
Everything's legal in Super League Wrestling. Considering that we had a match take place on the floor of the United States House of Congress.
We paid for that.
Yeah. Yeah, with Netflix. But yeah, we had an 8-foot-tall undead pharaoh powerbomb a John Cena knockoff through President Kennedy's old congressional desk.
Yeah.
And then earn national outrage for it. Check out Super League Wrestling, Total Extreme Wrestling 2013, The Book of Jobber 2, The New Testament by Blind Sally and 9 Gear Crow.
It's enough shameless plugging out of you.
Number one stunner.
Who better than Canyon?
Who better than Canyon? People who know grammar.
Okay, so I know there's supposed to be like 3 stormtroopers here blocking the way and shooting at me, because that's what they do in this game. Like, they stand at the top of elevators and shoot at you. But there's no villains here. Like, obviously there's something in my way blocking me, but there's no character model to delineate where the issue is. So we've clipped through the walls, and I'm just going through and turning on all the buttons. And I think I actually miss one of them. No biggie. I mean, I'll just clip through the wall anyways. So, going down here, we can clip through the engines. There's nothing interesting in them.
And one little interesting thing here, they actually bothered to render the background for a portion of the level that, by rights, you shouldn't actually see.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't put any sweet Easter eggs in the, like, weird alcoves at the beginning of the hangar bay. Come on, son.
So yeah, I just saw it there, the switch you missed, so that's the reason why Lebo won't let us get into the hangar bay.
Yeah. It's okay.
And all the interesting things that fall out of it, all for want of a switch.
That's okay. This level's already hooped.
Yeah. It makes it even more interesting.
You need to activate the generators. Forget that.
Yeah, I'm Dash Rendar, just bursts through the door. Stunning an enemy that's already stunned.
It's a Pyrrhic victory. No, that's not what that means, is it? Oh, so anyways, here is the the earthquake chamber. It's not opening up, and whoops. You can still clip through and grab the 1-up and the challenge point. I actually went back and played this game regularly on Jedi through this point, and I was incorrect on the first time through when I said that you can only grab one or the other, the 1-up or the challenge point. If you wait and then run out and grab the 1-up first, you do have enough time to make the leap across the chasm to also grab the challenge point and make it safely to the other side.
Or you can just break the game, get a jetpack, and do it that way.
It must be grab challenge point before 1-up. Needless to say, you can make that jump and get both the items in that chasm, tunnel. Whatever.
I was going to say, we weren't even bothering with switches anymore at that point, but we did need that one to get the elevator up here.
Yeah.
And so now...
Dash Rendar has no need for switches.
Yeah.
We are above switches.
Now we are through switches, and suddenly... What?
All right.
What the hell?
This is a new boss. This looks exciting.
Yeah, it's a green cube. Oh my god, we're fighting the Borg. What?
Rainbow ATST.
That's halfway phased into the ground.
Hooray.
Just... What? I don't even... What
Can't land on it.
What the hell?
And I can't damage it.
Yeah. So this level is essentially unbeatable then.
Well, yeah, I guess because we need to defeat the boss in order to get to the doorway, right? I guess we're hooped. Wait a minute.
We're Dash Rendar.
Yeah.
Just walk right through that door.
Forget that. Let's just go. Let's leave this place. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that if you don't have health, you can, on Jedi mode at least, blow yourself up with Disruptor shots. So that's what happened there.
So here's the Outrider. It's to proper scale at the very least.
Yeah.
Or at least one would hope.
Clipping through the walls over here, this empty field is the same as the empty field that we saw the Falcon fly through, so I'm not going to play around there. And that's it for Echo Base. I'm going to eventually clip through the Outrider and we'll move on. But this level was perhaps the densest with things we could do to faff about with. Partly because a lot of the things we can do with the debug menu, you can just do on any level, and I'm just showing off most of them now.
Yeah, we spent like nearly an hour here.
Yeah. Following levels won't be as lengthy. This was the bulk of it.
Yeah. And we tried to end the level by going through the turret, but no, it wouldn't work, so we're just going to jump to the next level, and...
There you go.
Oh my god.
This is where things get interesting.
So yeah, it's the Rainbow Outrider.
Yeah. So, first ad requested that I challenged the Star Destroyer. You can't do that here, so first ad. When we get to Sheezer's Skyhook, I will try and take on the Star Destroyer there.
Don't you mean first BC?
No, first ad. There's an A and a D, first ad.
First Anno Domini?
Well, I figured it was like an advertisement.
Yeah, that works too.
So anyways,
wait, what?
This is like some weird Tron asteroids LSD trip.
We've turned into like a student's computer animation 101 previs file.
The best part was when we were playing this and recording it, Crow left to use the washroom or grab a drink or whatever, grab my tea, and I was just messing around here. He came back.
Yeah,
when he left, we were leaving Hoth. When he came back...
yeah, so I didn't see any of this the first time around.
Here I am messing with the vertical field of view.
Yeah. So I came into it probably right around here.
No, it was later. I think it was later. There's a red asteroid. Pretty hard to shoot. Try that in first person, and I think... Come on, big money. Yeah, challenge point.
Yeah. So yeah, I believe when I walked into the room, the expression I used could not be repeated here without heavy bleeping.
Yeah. You're at least here by this point.
Yeah.
You watched me grab a couple challenge points.
Yeah. But the one thing you probably noticed by now is there's no TIE fighters or TIE bombers in this level.
Yeah. Whatever we did in Echo Base
has carried over into the asteroid field now, so the enemies aren't even spawning.
Yeah. So at this point I get concerned that I won't be able to show off cheats properly or switch into enemies in later levels. So I plan on resetting the game, but I accidentally crashed instead. It happens shortly after I start playing with these colors here, changing the fog, the ambient light.
Right about...
I mess with one too many things.
Yeah. And here it is.
Yeah. I flew too close to the sun.